Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is Thursday night. Time to rock. Hope you enjoyed the Cornbread Nation show. If you didn't, you can watch that on a rerun. Appreciate everybody being here. It's great to be alive. Great to be an American. It's great to be married. Amen. 39 years today. 39 years today. We didn't think. Rocking a little bit. That's my racing music. That's the music that gets me fired up before a show. You got a lot of stuff going on. It takes away when you're kind of dragging a little bit. You hadn't had your first cup of coffee or your 10th or whatever. Hope you're feeling good, Brother Jerry. Just giving folks time to get in here. It's good to be here. Had a good time with the Southern Fried Cornbread Nation. Went over and watched Killer Carl for a little while on the Rumble side. Caught the last part of his show. Really enjoy his show. Killer Carl. Talks politics. He says it plain. Says it plain, so you don't get your feelings hurt if you go over there. He might say it ways that a liberal would cry. He's harder than I am. We just say it in different ways. I guess we're both hard. Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile. You see that flashing up behind me. Get your sale over to Patriot Mobile and use that promo code Cornbread. I wonder what they thought in the office when they said, what's your... I hear you, brother. I hear you. They don't make them like you anymore, though. That's the problem. I wonder what they thought at Patriot Mobile when they said, we'll need your promo code Cornbread. I said, let's not use Southern Fried again this time. Cornbread. It works. Don't forget Mammoth Nation either. Lifetime member. Matter of fact, they got some new stuff up. They have great videos too. I tell you, and I'm going to tell you who else rocks the Casbah. That's Parler. I was a Parler subscriber a long time ago before they tried to cancel them out. And no, I don't. But I'd like to know. Anyway, Parler took a downturn. I held on to my app. I didn't mess with it for a long time. I always liked the way it looked. It came back. Seemed like it struggled for a while. I think it's rocking. We got 515 followers or something like that. It took a long time to get there. Hey, Jake. And but they now got the sister ship, Play TV. Our videos look great on there, and I'm not bragging, but they do. And they're rocking. They are rocking. And their email, sign up for their email list. Sometimes people ask me, where do you get your material? Everywhere. But Parler TV called Play TV, they have an email. They always have on-point messaging. Gab TV is Gab Social, not Gab TV. There's quite a few. Sometimes I don't even have time to read them, but they're so good. Amen and amen. Jake, how you doing? Sorry, I appreciate the invites, brother. Sometimes when you send them, I just can't come on. When I can, I'll be there. Wasn't that old Jackson 5, I'll be there? Mariah Carey redone it. I'm not going to sing it. Good to have all of you coming here on a Thursday night. I'm off tomorrow. Praise the Lord. Taking off with my wife. We went and had dinner earlier. I want to tell you, it was good too. Went to a little family place. I've been there in a while. Meat and three top stuff. They good. They good. I like them hamburger steaks, man. Little peppers and onions. Some veggies around that. Sweet tea. I still drink one every now and again. It's good. That's good Southern stuff right there. Love it. Hello, Podbean. We're live with you tonight. Hello, Rumble. 2 channels. Rumble Studio, SF Podcasting, and Southern Fried Podcast. Locals. For a short time, we're in locals. Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch and Kick, and yes, Instagram. I see you there. I see you on Instagram. I got 3 screens. I got to stack them. You see me looking to the side. I'm trying to monitor all this stuff. Looks like the cockpit of a 747. I'm going to stack them a little bit. I had to wait till I got everything kind of set up in the studio. We're close. We're close. I hope you've had a great day. President's talking tariffs, other things. Radical judges are trying to stop him. The liberals' heads are exploding. They think they got a hold of some hot stuff. They're trying to run it to ground. Ain't gonna work. It's like you tell your little one when they go, or a dog or a cat. Every kid knows what that is. Every liberal does too. Ain't gonna work. Is not gonna work. No way, baby. MAGA train rolling. President's pucking them out, talking about running for a 3rd term. They can't handle it. Hadn't heard no war news. A lot about tariffs. Georgia Democrats walking out of the chamber. Come on. Come on. Just kills me. I may not talk much politics tonight. I just want to chat. Don't mean I won't. Something pops up I want to talk about, I will, but I didn't really come in to talk about it. We'll touch on a little bit of news. A little bit of news, maybe a little bit of sports. What's up with the Braves? What is up with the Braves? I told you they wasn't going to win that game. It was like in the stars. Ohtani, bobblehead not. Braves were leading. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. Well, NC, that's I don't know if I should put that up or not, but no, sir. You're not. I just think that's kind of a given. Hello, South Oz, man. How you doing tonight? In the Podbean platform of things. Hope y'all are well. Hope y'all feasted on some good victuals today. Hope you stepped outside and looked up in the sky and thanked the good Lord above for all that he's done for you. And if anybody got in your way today that was negative, or a jackleg, or wanted to try to steal your joy, I hope you didn't let them. By the way, I went to the restaurant. Now, I'm getting older, but there's a lot of people at this restaurant, they got a lot of years on me, and I mean a lot of years. You ever notice something about old people? There's a lot of other people like to do it too, but there's something about old people. I'll come back to that in just a second, NC. 1 second. We'll talk out. I'm talking anything tonight. Old people like to stare. They'll look on you. They'll watch you like an animal watches its prey. I just stare back, wave at them. Then they look away. Then they look back. NC, I was a baseball commissioner in Fantasy League for a long time, as well as football. I know a lot about the Braves and the fantasy players. I hadn't played in 2 or 3 years on baseball. Too busy. But I like it. We'll have to do a fantasy show one night. We kind of done it. I got to get Cowboy Cook back. Cowboy Cook. Mayday, Cowboy Cook. He's looking after his mom. Man, I miss him. Part of the crew here. That's a good trifecta there. Albies, Ozuna, Strider. Ozuna, if he's hot. But right now, they ain't none of them hot. The hitters anyway. 0-7. What the heck? There's a lot of talk. They're going to be getting a new coach. New coach. Rumor has it. Martello from the University of Tennessee. I'm not a Tennessee ball fan, but they beat some good baseball teams. He's a fiery guy. Mr. Sherbert, that's just my tagline. I'm the Eastern time zone. I threw that out there. I'm Dave in the AM. It don't matter what time of day it is. I'm still Dave in the AM. That's just my tagline. I adopted that. One of the first lives that we did live on daytime morning show. I was sitting there. What should I put as my name? I put Dave in the AM. And it stuck. I altered it a couple of times. Didn't seem to be right. It's there, baby. I like that kind of stuff. Dave in the AM. Rob said the other day, Dave in the AM. I'm just Rob. I need a tagline. I said, yeah. I don't think he's figured it out yet. I know you are, but I was thinking that's not a heart pick. Sometimes in fantasy leagues, they draft for their heart. That's not drafting with your heart. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's been times in my life where I wanted to be a radio personality. So the podcast is kind of like it. Me and Rob even talked about for the podcast, possibly doing a radio station. You could do that. We weren't really set up to do it at the time. I wouldn't say that it's an impossibility later on, an internet radio station. When we go live, play some stuff later on. That might show back up. Don't know. It's a dream, but I like the line. David the Trans Am. Yeah, I'd drop that. I never owned a Trans Am or a Corvette. Never did. But what I did own, it got me from point A to point B, as they say. Yeah. Got people liking stuff on there. Appreciate y'all. Give us a follow. We're trying to get our Rumble views up. We are now in the creative program for the Rumble. I didn't put any of them premium tonight. We'll finish up what we got to have premium in the AM. We're really close for the month. We're about a third of the way through our live hours we got to do. We'll kill that by next week. It's those hourly views. Those hourly views. We got to make sure we get that up. I don't know. Cancel culture, baby. Maybe so. I don't know. You know, I was about 12 years old when that movie came out. The first one. The best one, really. The only one. And everybody just fell in love with those Trans Am. And most of them really enjoyed Sally Field. Probably thinking about Sally Field being in the passenger seat. They hit a gold mine with that movie. I mean, an absolute gold mine. Great supporting cast. Absolute gold mine. Hal Needham on the cars. It looked great. Burt Reynolds in his prime. Jackie Gleason. The great Jerry Reed. A cast of many supporting casts. Sally Fields, of course. A movie that gave us great, absolute great words. Like Fred. Fred, get back in the truck. Junior, put the evidence in the car. I love it. Oh. Snowman. Snowman, you got your ears on? How many people probably went and got him a CB radio after that? Put in their car or their truck and pretended they were the bandit running around. Second movie, it had some good parts, but they really overdid it on Burt Reynolds. The hair was not right because he had to put the piece on. It's bad wig, bad wig. Yes, I was thinking of that. Thank you for bringing that up. First thing I'm going to do, smack your mom right in the mouth. Oh, today they would hate that. I mean, they'd melt down over that line. But number two, the premise wasn't great. They didn't want to make Bandit 2, and I get it, but it was Bandit 2. They should just went with it. And Bandit 3 was, oh my gosh, Jerry Reed, Jackie Gleason trying to hang on. I couldn't stand it. I could watch 2. I can't watch 3. I don't know if I ever watched it all the way through. Pretty good music. I love Eastbound and Down and Westbound and Down. That was a good album for the time frame, for the music. The restaurant / bar scene with Jerry Reed and Fred. Running over those spots. Great scene. Great scene. Burt Reynolds and Jackie Gleason in the restaurant. Burt Reynolds really showed his because he was a very funny guy. Really showed his great comedy skills right there in that one. Just a lot of it physical comedy. Of course, Jackie Gleason was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Some of Sally Field's stuff was, but it was good. That's right. That part he played there was, I mean, if you look at the South and you look at those characters, every one of them, he probably nailed it as good as anybody. He looked like the trucker. House full of kids, wife frustrated because he's always on the road, him and the bandit getting in trouble. Basically a clean living guy, but he's always gone. When he's home, he's making kids. You know, he's always talking about how he's going to be divorced. I just think he nailed it. I mean, I've known people that they look like him. Just nailed it. I mean, in some ways they all did. But Jerry Reed really nailed it. That part was perfect for Jerry Reed. Snowman. Perfect. And the songs just fit right in. The premise of the Coors beer, you had to haul something. And Big Enos, Little Enos, whatever they were called. I can't remember now. They were pretty funny. But anyway, it's a classic, man. Everybody loved that. I mean, all the kids, man, all the guys, man, Trans Am, baby. That was their dream after that to have a Trans Am. And really not a great riding car. Sorry, but it's not. It wasn't. It looked great with those T's, take those tops out. Of course, you got to do something with them. But yeah, I remember that very well. Very well. My best friend in life, his daddy was a truck driver, so obvious he loved it. And it was just one of those, all the stars came together. I mean, they just nailed it. Now, and they had some other good attempts. Cannonball Run. There was some good stuff in that. What was it? Hooper? What was? Stunt guy? Whatever. I may be saying that wrong. That was good. Burt was really loyal to his machine. A lot of the same people, or many of them, really tried to give him death threats. 2000. He was the box office man there for about a 4-year stretch, 3 or 4 year stretch. He killed it. Made a lot of money, blew a lot of money. Married Lonnie Anderson. She spent it for him. And he hung on, done some nice movies. Even Shade, that was successful. Kind of went downhill, came back with Boogie Nights, and Burt Reynolds was cool. They just didn't give him a good wig. They got worse as they went. He kind of towards when he got really serious, kind of a serious actor. I really love Sharky's Machine. I really liked that movie, filmed in Atlanta. A lot of stunts. He always had a lot of stunts in his movies. Really appreciated the work of. That's why he did the movie, I believe. A lot of stunts. A lot of stunts that never been done before. Yes, true. Tom doesn't take it easy on anybody. He's put some age on. Tom Selleck come along. And yes, a taller, and they'd have to fake his hair. Rugged looks. Absolute kills it as a Western star. Tries to do it the right way, have the authentic, everything as authentic as he can make it. Was pretty good, pretty funny guy too. Quigley Down Under was really good. I really liked that movie. But there's other ones too. I mean, he had several in the Western genre, but I really liked Quigley Down Under. It's a good movie. Really good movie. But yeah, you're right. He did give way to yeah, I missed that. Didn't know such a musician. I'll tell you a Jerry Reed story. I've shared it before. I heard this. I wasn't there. Although I have been in the studio where it was done. The RCA studios in Nashville, Tennessee. You can tour there. Or you could. I'm assuming they still let you. I don't know. A lot of people recorded a lot of great music in those RCA studios. Well, one of the great Jerry Reed songs, he was a great picker and was guitar man. And he had a really interesting setup on the guitar for that. Well, Elvis Presley wants to cut that song. Elvis didn't write songs. He just sung. He had a lot of great musicians with him. They're in the studio. They can't get that sound right for that guitar. So they send some people out looking for him. He was down on the Cumberland fishing, from what I understand. Well, they got him over to the shore. They found him, got him over there. And they said, Elvis in the studio. He needs to know how you set that guitar up for Guitar Man. He's cutting that, which would have been great. That's a lot of great. I mean, Elvis is cutting your song. That's a big deal. A lot of money. He said, I can't tell you. I just have to do it. I don't have it thought. I have to do it by my ear. I can't tell you. So they said, well, come on. He said, now, right now, he's waiting. So Jerry Reed walks into the studio, from what I understand. I don't remember if he brought his guitar or used theirs. I don't remember that part. But he picks up the guitar, twangs it up a couple times. One freaking take. One. Nailed it. True story. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the room with Elvis Presley and Jerry Reed. I'd say it was a lot of mutual respect. Jerry Reed was also a great proponent and defender of the American soldier, veterans. Absolute funny guy. Just great funny guy. But yeah, he was a good picker. Very good musician. That's really what he came up as. It's a musician. But you go with what pays the money, and it took him a little while to get that going. Yeah, picking and a grinning. Yeah. There was a movie he was in around that same time, and I think Plachette was in it, and a couple other people. I can't remember the name of it. He was really good in that movie. It didn't become a hit, but it was a really good movie. And it's something about stolen goods or something, and I can't remember if he's a cop or whatever. That was a good movie too. I just can't remember the name of it. That was a good movie. I like that. No, not as far as I know. No. They were just mutually respectful. That was a whole nother group of people that was there. Hello, Spartan. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Solving the world problems. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I need to reboot. I'll do better. I'll do better. Maybe it's just me. I'm getting old. Oh. Probably because I was jumped out, jumped back in. Who knows? I appreciate you telling me. Yeah, it may be that. I don't know. I moved some stuff around in here. I probably just. Rob had the same problem when we came in first time. Probably. I probably. Okay. I'll probably reboot 4 in the morning. I kind of moved my mic around. I probably jacked something up. They're so sensitive. You move it. I'm afraid to touch the thing. Afraid to touch it. Pretty new mic. My other one burnt out. This one's been a good mic. It's not high dollar, but it's been steady. We're going to upgrade later on. But the upgrade is going to be about 3 times, maybe 3.5 times the cost of this one. So a little bit. We got to wait. We got other things we got to do. But for the price, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Appreciate everybody being in here. I did not, Spartan. I did not. There's a lot of stories out there. I'll kind of get caught up probably tomorrow, but I have not seen covered that. A lot of crime, a lot of sad stuff out there. Huh. Well, there's a lot of crime there. There's a lot of crime everywhere. You just never know when you go out, right? You got to watch people, watch your back. I haven't heard them. I'll have to go listen to. I'll have to go look at it. I had a busy day at work. really busy. It's a good day, just busy. And this morning was pretty. We I didn't really get into the news, and I've been trying to pick up on it as I went through the day. Tomorrow I'll get kind of caught up. Tonight, late night, early in the morning, kind of get caught up. Thanks for telling me, though. Thanks for telling me. The coffee is good. We hope. We talked about today being raw. I talked about yesterday or this morning, one. I can't remember. We've been sort of putting it off a little bit. Not because we're not wanting to do it. We're just trying to break for the right time. But I really believe, and I told him today, and we're ready to move forward. We're hoping to have our own coffee brands, hopefully in the next 2 months. That's the plan. So hopefully we'll be brewing up some Southern Fried blends. Hey Dave, would you like to do the interview to get more followers on Rumble this Saturday? It would be around 4 p.m. Eastern. I can. I would be coming in from not my studio though. I do a little work on that day. I can. I appreciate it. Yeah. It'd just be. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't have the same stuff because I would be kind of on the move. How you doing, by the way? We've been recommending your channel. I get updates from your channel. Yes. People get angry, they get upset. There's a lot of sick people in this world. I'm glad you're good. Glad you're good. From the great state of Alabama. I hope things are going well for you, your program. You're a blessing. Appreciate y'all supporting us and reaching out to us and including us in your the community of great podcasts. I'm truly blessed and honored to know all of you. And I hope in some way we can bless you. We certainly try. We're kind of new. We're not 1 year old yet, but we're working hard every day, and we'll do our very best. Okay, yeah, absolutely. We've been working our premium side. We just got accepted in on the creator. I know you've probably already been there, but I like it. I like it. Absolutely, would love. I'd be honored to do it. Absolutely. Angry Conservative. I love it. Not Team 81. Give them a follow. Rumble. Support the great causes. There's a lot of great voices out there. Forget national media. Absolutely, mostly forget them. There's a handful in the national scene that I would call quality. A handful. Legacy media type folks. I mean, big, the big media, but most of them suck. Just saying. Hey, I got you, Spark. Thank you for saying that. I hear you. But I'll say this. Okay, Mr. Sherman. But I do appreciate you being here. Have a blessed night. Good night to you. Spartan, I'll say this. And we don't know each other personally, but we know each other in here. And I consider you a friend. If you're my friend, you're my friend. Friends don't always have to agree on everything. But what friends do is respect each other. And I do respect you. And I believe, and I don't believe it, I know it. I know that you respect me because you've always held that line. And I've tried to give you as much leeway as I can for kind of where I'm at. Yeah, thank y'all for giving him a follow. Absolutely. There's just certain lines I don't cross. But I ain't telling you how to feel, and I don't tell people how to feel. And I appreciate the exchange of information and reasoning and political discourse and all those things. The problem we have in the world today is that used to be it was no problem. Used to be people of differing opinions could just get along. Nowadays there's a lot of nuts out there, and if you don't agree with somebody all the way down the line, they write you off and act like you're the devil or something. I believe we can. I think most people agree on a lot of things in life. Thank you for that. We didn't know that we'd be accepted. It took a little bit for her to get back with us. Our Rumble view. We're growing slowly. It's not our biggest one, but we are trying, and we're going to work real hard at it. We do. You do a lot of shows. Killer does a lot of shows. We do a lot of shows, and we're trying to. We're not trying to, take anything away from anybody. We're trying to find our own little spot. I think there's enough people out there for all of us to do well. And I appreciate everybody's friendship and trying to help. And we're all this basically the same page of thought. But yeah, Spartan, I hear you, man. I hear you. And you just, like I said, I've had people from all different belief systems as friends, still to this day. Now, I don't have any that are chopping heads off or anything like that. So, but what I'm saying is that I listen to people because it's important. It's important to listen to people. It's important to hear them out. I don't shut people down. I don't tell them how to think. I've had people say, I know you don't talk this way, you don't say this way, and they apologize to me. And I said, you don't got to apologize to me. I have a really concise belief on that. Kind of was crafted by a friend of mine. Is that I have a choice. I can either listen or not listen. If it's too much for me, I walk away. But I'm not the thought police, and I'm not the speech police. And everybody can't think like me, or we'd all be knuckleheads anyway. But I do believe that I can talk, on most levels. You don't have to agree to talk on those levels. Come out way before my time, but the old book, Winning Friends and Influencing, those resources work. Just listen to people. Take interest in what they're interested in. And you're right, if you got to challenge your own views. I have changed my views on some stuff over the years. Some slightly, some a little more pronounced or radical. Nothing crazy. But I've found my place. I've tried to live by a code that was crafted by many things. And I'm not the same person I was 30 years ago. As you grow and you change, your ideas change a little bit, your outlook changes a little bit, your basic values stay the same. Absolutely. I'll die on that hill, but I don't think I'm right about everything. I don't. In fact, I'm wrong often, and I admit when I'm wrong. Because I'm ever learning and trying to learn. Sometimes you don't have all the facts or all the information. But I can say this, I love all people. I know a lot of people don't like to admit they're wrong. They'd rather fight a tiger than tell anybody they were wrong. I've tried to live a code of being humble, and I get on here and I joke around a lot. But I'm an analyzer. I analyze everything bad. I have to tell my brain to shut up. And I tend to think on stuff that I said or weeks after the fact sometimes. I'll beat myself up over stuff, think I didn't do it right, didn't handle it right, was weak, messed it up, whatever. So you just have to tell myself to let it go. That's true. That's much like the American war between the states. I studied it a lot. You can never study it out. And that was a much bigger war, obviously, nations-wise, people-wise, military and civilian. Covered a lot of the known world. Can't know it all. Can't know it all. But you can have a lot of fun trying. I always wonder when people tell me they're an expert in 2 or 3 types of history, time frames. And I'm thinking, okay, you may have an expert according to your designation, your degree, or whatever. You may be considered an expert. But the problem is that there's no way you know what you think you know, because there's a whole lot you don't know. You just got to keep studying it, and then you get older like me, and you forget. You got to have notes, and you start forgetting stuff. I'm a little odd, and I'm not saying that to be funny. It's just how I'm made up. It's a really. Sometimes I wish I could turn it off. And me and Rob, sometimes we have some pretty bitter disagreements, and I think because we're great friends, love each other, always be together, and it's not on purpose to be opposed, but sometimes we get on the opposite side of a matter, and it's pretty evident that I've made Rob mad. I didn't mean to, but I am stubborn. And if there's something that I just don't, and it's not that we're really totally disagree. It's just certain parts of it, because Rob looks at something straight on. I mean, absolutely like a laser. He locks on an issue, and he has great points, and he likes to be fiery about those points. That's great. My brain tends to do this, and I take in a lot of information. I look at everything because I'm analytical that way. I look at things from all sides. Somebody told me I should have been a defense attorney, and that's not a bad designation, because in my brain I kind of think, how would I defend a person if they were guilty, or they were in trouble with the law? I think about that, and so sometimes Rob's laser and I'm up here expanding, And I think he thinks sometimes I'm doing it on purpose, and I'm really not. It's just the way it goes. And I have to turn that off sometimes. And I think Rob detects when I turn it off because I just agree with it. He'll say, "You ain't got no more to say about it?" Because he's used to me having a lot to say about it. I'll say, "No, I'm good." And he looks at me like, "You're not telling me everything here." So, there's a lot that goes into that. How do you feel? Do you feel good? Did you get enough sleep? We're all prone to be a little fussy sometimes. If I'm like that, I try to really be careful with my response. And you just learn the pressure points of what makes somebody snap. So, a couple of shows that I came in or didn't come into, it's true that I didn't feel good, but it was part two of that was I didn't feel like we could have a good program together. So I just listened, because the way I felt, if we locked horns, it would it'd probably been a meltdown for a little while. So I just take the break. And he's done the same thing. He would tell me, "I can come on if you need me to, but I really don't think I should. My head's not right." In those cases, we take the break. We hate that. But sometimes we're truly just sick, not just sick in the head. But that's relationships anyway. You're trying to figure out how to talk to somebody, how to navigate, whether it's a marriage, a relationship with a friend, family member, children, parents, trying to figure that out. It's an imperfect science sometimes. So there's nobody knows us better than the Lord than us. He knows the most. We know the rest. And there's a lot going on in here. And sometimes you're living that out before the world through a podcast, or you're at work, whatever. People see that, and to a point, we do put on the face for the world, to a point. And sometimes people see us drop that mask a little bit, and they're like, "Wow, I didn't know you could be mad like that," or "I didn't know you could act like that." I keep that bottled up, but every once in a while it just flashes out. That's anybody, most people. Ah, what great coffee! What great coffee! But yeah, the original point here was we may not agree on everything. Many elements we do, by the way, we do. But sometimes we just get a little further divide, and you stay on one side of the bank and I stand on the other, but we salute each other. Yeah. Podcasting is it's great. It really, really is. Sometimes things don't go the way you wish they would. Sometimes they go better than you think they can. It's like life. It really is. Not to be philosophical or deep, but sometimes you think you've got a great idea. This is going to be awesome. You're all excited all day, and then it just falls flatter than a flitter when you get online. And then other times you're like, "Wow, that was absolute magic. Where did that come from?" It's a lot of variables. It's a lot of different kinds of things. But it's like anything. You just keep going, and you let the chips fall where they may. It's like a sermon. You can preach a sermon, and you can stand at the door after the sermon. I love it. Some people are, and you could say that was a horrible sermon. Like you felt like you just fell apart, couldn't ever stay on track. Everything went wrong. It didn't come out right. Got tongue tied on some words. Lost your place. On and on. Beat yourself up. Go back to the back. You shake some hands. Somebody comes up and says, "That really touched me, preacher." I know it's not us. I mean, it's the Lord, but you're thinking, wow, that was a train wreck. They got tears in their eyes and they're saying, that really helps me. It was for me. Thank you so much. Maybe several people. And you're blown away by that. Like, what in the world? It's horrible. The God can bless the mess, as we say. And then sometimes you do that and you're like, oh, this is great. I feel like you're on the clouds. And everybody's ho-hum. Or somebody comes and goes, I noticed you were struggling tonight. Are you okay? And you're like, struggling? I was on the horse, man. I'm at a gallop. And they're like, I'm worried about you. Hang in there, preacher. You'll do better next time. What the heck? The humility factor. Don't ever get too big for your britches. Dang Skippy. And what I was going to say earlier, the Spartan's comment, kind of got sidetracked. Preachers do that. I'm at a point in my life, and it's not rebellion. It's not rebellion. I feel really good about where I'm at. That doesn't mean I'm not working on things. That doesn't mean I think I got everything where it needs to be. But I'm in a good place, and I'm comfortable with everything. Not comfortable as in like lazy or not working. Not that. No. And I really don't have time in my life for somebody to come out and go, oh, I don't know. You should have done that. Or I don't like how you did that. God is my judge. And I told you I beat myself up a lot. And I really did. Oh. One time my little boy told the preacher, y'all pray for my little boy. He's a big boy now. He's having some trouble. Love him. He'll get straightened out. He's just a little fella, 6, 7 years old. He's up there with his daddy. He always want to be right beside me. His brother always want to be back with mama. He fell asleep. That's not the first time, but he had fell asleep. If I saw it, I'd nudge him, wake him up, pinch his little fat roll or something. I saw it, but it was late. I looked over, and there he is, asleep. I just shook my head. We're walking out of the church, and he never knew what he was going to say. We was walking out of the church. He said, preacher or pastor, that sermon was so good, it put me to sleep. Oh, I bet my face was red. He thought that was funny. Preacher laughed. He said, well, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, son. He said, oh, it's a compliment, preacher. Compliment. He looks at me and I'm like, we'll see you later, pastor. We got to go talk about this. Oh, that was an interesting ride home that day. You don't go to sleep, boy. You don't tell him something like that. But those are life things that you look back and you laugh at. The point being, we can't take ourselves too serious. Life is a mystery. Many times it makes absolutely no sense. And I feel like sometimes I'm running in this some would call it the rat race, but it feels like an endless cycle of sameness, meaning we're all trying to fight for much of the same stuff, and it feels like a ride at the amusement park that you can't ever get off of. Till you die. But sometimes you're caught up in the middle of it, and you fail to pull back and look at everything that really is going the way it's going and why. And sometimes I wonder why we're fighting to get the stuff in our life that we do. Some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. And everybody's going through it. For instance, you're trying to better your career. You're trying to have a nice place to live. You got kids. You go through all the ball games and school events, and it's intense. It's tiring. That's why you better have them when you're young, because it will run you ragged. And you get to grandkids, and we're all running this race. Some a little different, but we're running the race. And it just feels sometimes mechanical, very mechanical. I see people do this. It's almost like they're locked into this sameness. And I don't even think they're enjoying it. They just do it. It's like the unwritten code that we got to do it the same way, the same thing. And my brain, I start thinking, why do I question it? Why do we have to do it that way? For instance, why does my kid have to play all the different sports? He doesn't. She doesn't. Some don't. But why would we push them? Some do. Why would we push them to do that? Some would say it's to teach them life lessons, to keep them active, to teach them about team, responsibility. All those may be true. But why do we sit at those ball games, game after game? It's just like it's like we're in the middle of the hamster wheel. It's tiring. I guess, my brother. But sometimes don't it feel like you're just on this cycle and you just can't get out? It's a crazy highway. You just can't break out of it. Something different just means everything. That's why you got to take vacation. You get caught up into this. I mean, I hear people say it. I mean, it's like I was talking to a lady. She works remote for the last, 15 years remote. She used to work in the office. And she said, when I went remote, I noticed some things about my lifestyle that I didn't even realize I was doing. Like if you're at the office, you come home every day. She said at least 3 days a week, I'm stopping at the store. Why? Why? She said, remote, I order my stuff in, it's delivered. I don't waste all that time walking around the store. She said, I freed up a whole bunch of time. I don't spend as much money. And I don't even really like walking through the store that much. She said, I did it 3-4 times a week. She said, I broke that habit. And it's been one of the best things. She said, occasionally I'll still go, but it's nothing like what it was. And she said, I realized that another thing, remote, she said, people are draining, very draining. So I love people. They're very draining. She said, when I was at work, or when I went remote, I realized the quietness of home, I could get a lot more done. I didn't have distractions, interruptions, time stealers, as we call them, where they just constantly interrupt your day to talk about mindless dribble. I said, I can't get nothing done. At home, she said, I have to remind myself to take a break. She said, I'll just keep working. She said, I'm locked in. I felt that very interesting. The social experiment. And how many people are it's like a drug. I gotta go to the store. I've asked my wife this. Well, why? Why? Why we gotta go? We got stuff. Why you gotta go? She said, I don't know. I don't know. Guys do the same thing. Now, it might be going playing golf or whatever. I don't do that, but some do. And some of it, look, I know they like to be out. They like to be out on the course. They like to see how good they can do. But I think it's for the stories. You want to tell somebody something you did. But if you don't go do that, you feel like you don't have anything to tell them. You may enjoy it when you're doing it, or you may not. You may tell somebody the next day, that was a horrible game of golf. I mean, I struggled all the way through. It was frustrating. I about threw my golf clubs in the creek. Why'd you go? Oh, I like to go. I like to go play golf now. So I don't know. Hello, everybody on Instagram. I see you. I had to look back at the screen here. Appreciate y'all being here listening. Rumble, X, Facebook, YouTube. Wherever you're coming from. Podbean. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The best of you and yours on this Thursday night. April already. We're headed towards summer. We're a little warm these 3 days, 3 or 4 days. 86, 87 on Sunday, I think it is. And then Monday, 59 degrees, not years. 59 degrees. Big drop off. The fellas at my local club call me Mr. 69, not because I shot that in a round, but because of my handicap. Mr. 69. I don't know. I wonder what influences us to do the things we do. Sometimes it's our dads. Sometimes it's our friends. I don't know. I think as you age, you get a little reflective anyway, and I certainly have. But I live my life by code now. Now, the podcast is different, but I find ways to be creative in that. But I find a way to break the habits. I have to do things different. That was the point of all that I told you. This sameness, this repetitiveness drives me crazy. I don't know why. It's like deja vu. I've had this happen so many times where I think, did I just do this the same? Did I do it twice today? It feels like I've already done this. It's just because we're stuck in this muck of doing things over and over and over again. And you got to break that. You got to shatter it. Do something different. Go a different way to work. Stop. Change it up. Don't stop the same place. Leave at different times. I don't know. It just, for me, it's like refreshing. And I'm a person that I like things to be the same. So I have a problem with this. I don't like change. I fight against it sometimes. But then again, I turn around and I force change on myself. I think that's just to keep me from getting in the rut. I do this with my wife all the time. You're going down the road, and I'll say, let's go a different way. She'll say, okay, you're driving. And you take detours. You go places you ain't been in a while. And you'll say, wow, I didn't know they were building that over here, because you haven't been down there in so long, because you do the same crap drive every crapping day. Why? Anyway, I think it's healthy to have built into your life some things that change up. And part of that's just the cycle of life. You get caught in ruts. And I don't like being there. But then at the same time, I don't do some of the things I used to do. I just don't have no interest in it. At one time, it was very important to me. And now I could care less. I think that's just the changes that you go through in life as you get older. There's some things that you're passionate about that don't ever change, and they should. There's some things that you just change up. We talk about whims, doing things on a whim. And I think it's a good thing sometimes just to do that. It don't always work the way you think it's going to, but at least you made the attempt to change something in your life and say, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Who cares? We really do get caught up into the 9 to 5 kind of thing. Get up, go to work all day, come home. Same routine. Dinner, little TV, music, internet. Maybe fix something, clean something. Do something with the kids. Go to bed. Do it all over again. It's just the same every day. That's why going to church is such a blessing. I mean, that's not the only reason, but is you get up and that's a difference. You're doing something different. You're dressing different, probably. It takes you out of the sameness that goes on all the time. I don't know. That's a whole lot of talking about nothing, but it's what's on my mind. And the root of it was as I was saying, I enjoyed meeting all of you, and we don't think the same. We have a lot of different interests, but we can come together in a podcast and get along, entertain each other, and you tell other people. Like I tell Rob sometimes what was said in a chat because he wasn't here. And I'll say, man, you should have seen this, man. This guy or this guy, it cracked me up. It was very funny, you know. And that way, he kind of lives the moment, even though he wasn't there. He can go back and watch it too. So, when you're talking about a content creator, and all these people that they may not even have a podcast, but they post something on the social medias every day. They're trying to create content. This is what's amazing. Whereas there's a lot of people that would think that this show absolutely sucks. And we've been told that. You guys suck. Salute. I don't care. Other people come in and they go, hey, man, I really appreciate you. Appreciate you being there. Enjoy watching the show. Like everything you do. Funny. You know. There's somebody out there for every type of genre, podcast or whatever. I don't go into it thinking we're trying to be the biggest, the baddest, or whatever. I do go into it looking to do something of quality that means something to me and may mean something to somebody else. And I think we've accomplished that. We were talking tonight after the show. Rob brought it up, and he was talking about how we had changed from the beginning till now, and things that we do that we didn't do in the beginning, but it's natural to us now. Just do it. We didn't even talk about it. We just do it. And that's true. It's absolutely true. It has influenced us, whatever that was, that thing. We got influenced. We got influenced by people. We got influenced by content. We got influenced by repetitiveness. We got influenced by probably seeing something, not even realizing that it affected us. Started doing it. And so, yeah, you change. I refuse to be stagnant. That is one thing I'll say. I refuse to be stagnant and just the sameness all the time. I've got to grow, and so with the podcast, it gives me a creative outlet to do many things. And one of those things is Uncle Jeb and Georgia Bubba. I absolutely love working with those two. In fact, tomorrow I need to get some of that done for the weekend release of the Jeb and Bubba show, which is on the screen right now behind me. That's a creative outlet that I didn't anticipate doing, and it's going to expand, and I find it extremely fun. I may be horrible with it, but I enjoy it. And so I like that. And I think it's going to be something that grows. So I should have taken a commercial break, but I guess they ran behind. Oh. And some shows we do, people ask me all the time, what do y'all do? What are y'all about? We struggled with that because we do a lot of different stuff. So we narrowed it down to we're conservative, Southern, Christian, patriot. What does that mean? Well, that's what we are. And within that wagon wheel of all those things, we do many different things. But it all comes back to the same hub. Southern, Christian, conservative, patriot. Doesn't matter what order you put them in, that's who we are. There you go. I could go with that. Southern Christian, or conservative Christian, patriot, variety show. I think of the old variety shows of the 70s, early 80s. God, there was so many of them where they sang and they danced, they had skits. And sure, I was influenced by those things, absolutely. Man, Jackie Gleason had one. It was really good. So many stars. Buck Owens. What's the one I'm trying to think of? Even Jerry Reed did for a while. We talked about Jerry Reed. He had one. But that was a big thing. Everybody had to have a variety show. And some of them were very, very successful. Made a lot of money. That's, did the music, sold records off that too. But yeah, it works. I'm good with it. But I just think that we have a lot of different things that we like. Many of those we do together. Some of them we do apart because it's really more mine or his thing that we do. Rob might be a part of something I do, or I might be a part of something he does. But it's our thing or his thing. It's my thing or his thing. It's not the same. And there is a level, there is a portion of each of us that is very different. And it was evident in show planning that we were different. And so it made sense to pull some things out of some shows, put them in different shows. There's things I do he won't do. And there's things he does that I won't do. And then we do our 7 shows together. And that won't change. And we'll still do our interviews together, which usually falls within those shows, though. Documentaries, maybe. In the field stuff we'll do together. The festival, we do that together. I don't think he has any interest in doing the news show, which I love. Southern Fried MAGA, which I love. Southern Talk, which is this really, um, the Sunday morning show. I remember that, which I got to get that one done. Sports, not really interested. I just have some different interests. Even fantasy sports. He has a little bit because he was involved in fantasy, but not to a great degree. I would still hope to get the sound stage up and do some original artists. And Robert wants to do something called the Hootenanny. That would be karaoke. Mine's not karaoke. Mine's people doing singer-songwriters doing their own music, and I hope to get that. We hope to get those things going this year. There's still a lot on the drawing board. Time. Where do we find the time? Some people ask me, they'll say, "What do y'all do? 2 or 3 shows a week?" And I'm like, "We do 2 or 3 shows a day, man. What are you talking about? What you talking about? We're not trying to set records. It just works." We first started the morning shows, and we'll be on in the morning together. Rob was, I mentioned this before, he was not sure about doing the morning show because he's not really a morning person. But then he really got into it. So we settled into Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Occasionally I would do a Tuesday or a Thursday. But my goal was always that we would be a Monday through Friday morning show. And we're pretty much there now. There might be something here and there that keeps us from doing it. But we do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays together. Then I do Tuesday and Thursday solo. So there you go. They're not trying to set the record. They're just setting the record straight. I love it. I like it. You got it. That's good. I'll use it. Dang Skippy. That'll be in the store. We'll put that on the coffee cup or something. I like it. And we'll do a background. But yeah. Some people say, because we do funny stuff, we do serious stuff, and it really isn't the same. I mean, we like to laugh and have a good time, and I think you do. A lot of people do. You can't be serious all the time. You got to have some fun, or this would get really beat you down. I mean, you can only cover just how sucky the Democrats are. You got to have a break from that. You got to do something a little different. Feeds the soul. Keeps you from melting down, burning out, whatever you want to say. I mean, I could talk things all day long, but sometimes you just got to take a break, And I do that. I take breaks from stuff, and it might be for 3 hours, 4 hours. It might be half a day. It might be all day. Sometimes I take a podcast break. We don't do. It's rare. Every once in a while, there's a day where I don't do nothing. Don't mean we're not releasing stuff. I may already have it in the can, but there has been a couple days here and there where we just took a break. We just took a break. But I don't do it because I feel obligated. I do it because I'm passionate about it, and I want to do it. If I felt obligated, I would get burned out really fast. I do it because it feeds my soul. It feeds me. It's something I enjoy. I'm passionate about it. And if there was nobody in here, and there's 20, 30, maybe more, I can't see all of them in the stream right now. But if it was 0, I'd still have the same passion. I try not to look at numbers too much. It helps quantify some stuff sometimes. And it means a lot for the numbers, all your analytics. Early on, we had a lot of discussion about analytics. Analytics. I look at it only to the point to see that we're if it just, and I don't do it every day. I don't drill down deep in. Early on, there was all these meetings we would do, and we were trying to find, and others were involved. and we try to find this. Well, you should do this more. It seems that people watch this more, and we really got to watch the time, because really after this point, your viewership went down. And I'm sitting here one day and I said, you know what? I don't want to hear no more about it. And I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you, I can't do a show every day worried that I went too far with time. I'm not doing it. I'll go as long as I want. If you want to break that up, if you want to put out clips, and we do that sometimes, fine. But I remember there was a time early on in our podcast career where it was recommended we do no more than 20 minutes a show. And I said, forget that, Jack. I ain't down with it. I said, if that's what y'all want to do, have at it. I can't live by those rules. I said, there are things we'll do that's really short, and we still do those. But most of the things we do are longer. I said, you know what? If they want to tune out, let them tune out. Why do I got to stop just because 10 people leave the stream? It's still going to be there, recorded, out there in the internet world, on my computer, whatever. Why do I got to do that? That's dumb. That's like trying to go have an outing with your kid or your wife or something and say, oh, my God, we can't do no more than 45 minutes of fun, and then we got to stop because that's the opportune time. Let's stop it. No, heck with that crap. I refuse it. I fought against it. I seriously thought it might break us up. It's nothing against Rob. It was a lot of talk back and forth. There was a lot of people feeding information to us. And everybody had an opinion. And I finally said, I don't want to hear no more. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about analytics. I'm not looking at it. I said, you can get lost in that stuff all day long. I'm not trying to be the perfect podcaster with the perfect show, with the perfect rating and the perfect number of viewers and the perfect this and the perfect that. And I've got to do this in a perfect way and only a certain way. And I said, if I got to do that, I'm done. I'm done. You do one, I'll do one, and everybody else can go do theirs, and we'll just have it. And we came to an agreement in one day and said, we told everybody, we don't care anymore. We're doing what we want to do. And we've never looked back. Never looked back. So that's a whole lot of talk about nothing, but nothing's what's on my mind. So you get nothing. Probably get off here in a few minutes. We got to be on the morning. I got to get some sleep, like I'm going to go to sleep, but I could just keep hammering. I didn't even look at sports scores. I think the Braves are off tonight. I don't know. Are they off? They're making me so dang mad. I don't even care. It's like, really? Y'all just going to lose every game to start the season? I'm not even watching. I don't need that stress in my life. People tell me, oh, them Braves, boy, they're bad. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't. I really didn't look see if I was playing that. That's how little I care. Which is pretty amazing in and of itself. Is that I don't care. That's right. Dang right. Oh, let's see here. Oh, the Phillies won. Oh yeah, the dog. Let's see. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday. I don't even know who was playing today. Let's see here. Not as many games tonight. Seems like. Or maybe there was. Braves play tomorrow. Yeah, there wasn't as many games today. Which is a good thing for the Braves. Yeah, they need a break. They suck. Thank you. Yeah, they were off tonight. They've been off every night. Worst start ever, I think, for the Braves. Will the coach be fired? I don't think you can go much further losing every game. Wow. He's an amazing player. Wow. Guy's a freak, man. Absolute freak. Points, rebounds, assists. That's pretty dang amazing. 20 assists is, 15 rebounds, that's great. Not way out of bounds. But 20 assists, that's a guy making a team happen right there. He's doing offensively, but he's also setting up everybody else, and he's cleaning up the misses. That's solid right there. 20. That's a crazy number. That's like a John Stockton back in the day number, or Magic Johnson way back. Lots of other players too, brother. Ones that pop in my mind, but that's pretty amazing, man. Unselfish player. I watched a lot of I played a lot of basketball, and I watched a lot of basketball when I was growing up. And I got away from it. I tried to get back into it, and I've watched it, but I haven't watched it like I used to. When athletes became social experts, I got on my nerves real quick. How about this story? For a guy who's sulked because he wasn't drafted the first day, Geno Smith's come out and smell like a rose here. A 2-year, $75 million contract extension with the Raiders. I don't feel sorry for him. He's done it. He might have lost some money when he was rookie, but don't cry for him. Hornets and the Panthers suck now, so I don't follow much anymore. Yeah, I know, man. At one time, don't that just suck to have you know that your team is that? And that's back to that sameness. Same every year. Same. That Panthers owner needs to sell the team. He's an idiot. And trust me, I know about idiots. We've had them too. I'm about fed up with Arthur Blank. I don't care how much money he made off Home Depot. I'm about sick of him, Bob. Sell the team. I'm just sick of him. I do like they put some nice pieces together, but he'll muck it up. He'll try to run the team. He'll run it to the ground. He'll make some bad moves. Guy's getting old. I don't know how much longer he can hang on. It just still amazes me that the Falcons, with all the talent that they've brought in, suck. I don't have high aspirations for any of my teams this year. The Braves obviously suck. The Falcons will screw it up. The Hawks, filler team now. And my beloved Georgia Bulldogs. All you dog fans, don't get mad at it. I don't have high hopes. We lost that little bit. We lost that little bit that put us into greatness. And we're not there. And your gut just kind of tells you that. And if you'll pay attention to it, you realize I'm right. We have great hope. I don't think they're the best team in the SEC right now. So, yeah. Da 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 da, the reproduction. Well, I guess I'm gonna get up here. Y'all have a great night. It's almost tomorrow. Sound like Colin. Tomorrow is today, but then tomorrow we have time for today and tomorrow because it's today. It always seems to rotate between Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. truth. Out of that group, LSU might be the dog right there. Maybe. Tennessee's still going to be playing really good. Alabama, they're Alabama. I thought Auburn would be better. Florida's got boatload of talent if they can just put it together. Georgia's good. I don't think they're great. And in this group, there might not be a great. SEC is not hitting on all cylinders like they normally do. They might. They just might, but I don't think so. I think right now, well, except for Texas. Texas is going to be pretty good. I hate it. The Manning. Oh, we got to stop the Manning. Come on, we can't let Arch Manning take us. Got to beat him. He needs to be on the ground. A dirty, ripped uniform as the players walk by him to celebrate their victories. That's what I want to see. But the Ohio State playing high right now. I mean, Georgia's at that probably the back end of the 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. If I had to guess right now, they could move up, they could move down. They got some things to put together. I just think they're not. They could steal a victory or two, but I don't think they're great. I think they're really good. There are 3 or 4 really great teams right now, and Georgia's going to have to overcome their being good to try to be great. Prime time. I had so many people jumped on that Colorado bandwagon. You don't hear as much about it as you used to. Deion is going to take Colorado to the championship. I said, come on, guys. Come on. He's going to make them better. It's Colorado. They bought in. They fell head over heels in love with that situation. And they were devastated when it fell apart. So I tried to tell you, guard your heart. I said, I like them. They're not winning at all. Be realistic, guys. Come on. So I don't know. But they bought into it. They absolutely bought in that they were going to win the whole thing. I probably wouldn't hate other teams as much as I do if it wasn't for some of the fans. I try not to be that player that rubs, I don't go looking for people to trash talk. I don't. And really, honestly, and we have at times, Rob's much more than I am. I kind of felt like we don't hide who we are. I said, Rob, you just can't talk about Georgia all the time. We got to talk about other teams. Well, when he did, it was put down. I'm like, that's not really bringing people in, man. Ticking them off about their team. We can have fun with it, but let's show some love, So we got better at it. I mean, early on, it was a full-on Georgia beatdown. And starting the season, Rob says, they're not losing the game. I'm like, come on, man, that's not realistic. I'm telling you, they're not losing the game. Well, I got shot to heck. I'm like, you gotta be real here, man. People like different teams. Let's just cover it. They know we're dog fans. You don't got to tell them. They know it. So, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, good night. God bless. Sleep well. I'm off tomorrow. I'll be up in the morning. I'll be doing an expanded morning show. That's the plan. It might be a 2-hour show. And then tomorrow night is Front Porch Talking. In betwixt that, my hope is to go to Blue Ridge, Georgia. See a couple of things over that way. Good night, brother. And get back time for the show. Me and my wife are going to take a nice leisurely drive, hopefully, to Blue Ridge. Taste some of the cuisine over there. Maybe see a podcaster over there. I'm hoping I can meet up with him. Maybe. I should have announced that today that I'm coming that way. But I didn't want to tell him if I wasn't coming. So I'm going to email him when I'm en route. Tell him, hey, we're coming your way. I'm hoping we can meet up. I'm going to go to visit a few things while I'm there. Get back Front Porch tomorrow night. I don't think we don't have a guest this week. I hope we get check-in from Mr. Dog Tag. I've been looking at his social media. He actually left the trail to go do his treatment, and he'll be getting back out. So I need to get him a sticker in the mail while he's there, but I should have already done that, and I didn't. So, and Jake, I got to get your sticker out too. It's been a busy last week or so. Anyway, good night. God bless. Pray for America. Pray for us. Turf, the tariff wars, like a football turf, the frozen tariff of Washington. As both Canada and America dug in on each side of the ball, trying to get traction. The Canadians were determined to upstage the offensive maneuvers of the Americans, but they couldn't get traction in the snow and the ice of the frozen tundra of the border. The Americans steamrolled them to the victory using every tariff they had in the playbook. We love you, Canada. We don't hate you, but you're not gonna smack us down. Come on, man. Canada, don't try to be something you're not. Canada, like Allen Iverson, it's practice, man. Practice, not a game. Practice. You're not America. Don't try to be America. You can't live in that arena. Don't try. It's like Mexico. Mexico, don't try. Can't do it. You can try, but you can't do it. Don't poke the big brother. We are the big dog on the block, and we know that. But we're not scared. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Y'all have a great night. Go visit Killer Carl, Angry Conservative 1981. They have about lost the stream. That may be my signal to get out. They've been working on the internet on some of the late nights in my area. So I don't know if that's anything. It's probably just some crazy demon. It's probably Russian attack. We must shut this American down. He's a dog. He's a dog-faced pony soldier. We must stop him. He makes fun of us. Shut me down. See? He shut me down. It's coming back up. But it's too late. Goodbye. We'll go out with some music. A little aggressive. I like it. Let's go.